Yes, it is about winning, and we will win. And we will win. And we will win. God willing. And through these next 79 days, we will continue to build community, build coalitions, and remind each other we are all in this together.
The most unusual Democratic National Convention is kicking off in Chicago, just a month after Joe Biden ended his re-election campaign. In that 1 month, Vice President Kamala Harris has rapidly unified the party, locked up the nomination, and polls show her holding a narrow lead over her Republican rival Donald Trump. But is Kamala Harris's surge in popularity just a honeymoon phase? Kamala Harris is hoping to be the first woman, the first black woman, and the first person of South Asian descent to reach the Oval Office. While she has made significant progress in improving her support levels among young voters, Black Americans, and Latinos, she has to do more to solidify the support of undecided voters. Independents typically decide the outcomes of presidential elections, but they are often notoriously difficult to win over. Harris will aim to use the convention to take some credit for what she and Biden accomplished in the last 4 years. But she is also expected to acknowledge that voters want more. Before heading to Chicago, she unveiled her plan to tackle inflation and the costs of food, housing, and childcare.
Costs are still too high. And on a deeper level, for too many people, no matter how much they work, it feels so hard to just be able to get ahead. As president, I will be laser focused on creating opportunities for the middle class that advance their economic security, stability, and dignity. Together, we will build what I call an opportunity economy. An opportunity economy.
Democrats will want to keep abortion access front and center, hoping that the issue will propel them to success as it has in other key races since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade 2 years ago.
But in Minnesota, just like in Wisconsin, we respect our neighbors and the personal choices they make. Even if we wouldn't make the same choices for ourselves, because we know there's a golden rule. Mind your own damn business. Mind your own damn business. I don't need you telling me about our health care.
The mood at the Democratic National Convention would have been very different if Joe Biden had continued to cling on to the nomination. He faced growing concerns about his mental and physical abilities after struggling in a debate against Donald Trump. But by deciding to step aside and endorse Harris, the 81-year-old will instead receive a hero's welcome in his final turn in the spotlight, 52 years after being elected to the Senate from Delaware.
Folks, I have an incredible partner. The progress we've made. She's going to make one hell of a president.
The war in Gaza is expected to overshadow the Democratic National Convention. Protests have already begun, but once the convention kicks off, nearly 40,000 protesters will gather outside the venue to demonstrate against the Biden administration's position on Israel. Many Democrats want to see Harris take on a more aggressive stance and dial up the pressure on Israel to negotiate a ceasefire. She has been more open in her criticism of Prime Minister Netanyahu, but it's unclear if she'll break with the Biden administration's policy. Harris has already faced protests over Gaza at her rallies and managed to shut down one heckler.
You know what? If you want Donald Trump to win, then say that, otherwise I'm speaking.
Trump is going to do everything possible to steal the spotlight from Harris over this 1 week. He will be going to a different swing state each day, starting with Pennsylvania, followed by Michigan, North Carolina, Arizona, and Nevada by the week's end. His high-profile allies like Florida Senator Rick Scott, Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson, and Florida Representative Byron Donalds have been dispatched to Chicago to host daily news conferences. While most polls do show a tight race, Trump still has the edge over Harris when it comes to core issues like the economy and immigration. While the former president still appears to be searching for the right message to stop Harris's rise, he cannot be underestimated. As the DNC kicks off, both sides will be watching with anticipation as a new chapter is written in what has already been a precedent-breaking campaign.